Okay, so one of my friends is recording an original track and they've asked me to do a guitar solo on it. Luckily, my cold that I've got at the moment isn't contagious through the medium of audio, so I apologize if my voice is super creaky. But I just wanted to give you guys a breakdown of how I approach this kind of thing. I've listened to the track a few times, sort of a ballady thing in E minor, and his instructions were, you know, something kind of moderately overdriven, sort of melodic Petrucci kind of style, and well, that's right up my alley. So what I'm going to do is basically have a bit of a rip over this backing track and talk through each take and talk through what I'm thinking about and what I'm using. To start off with, I'm just going to use the natural minor scale in E. This guitar is tuned down a whole step, so it's going to look like I'm playing F sharp, but trust me, it's in the key of E minor. And basically I'm going to crank the monitors. I've got, this is an STR LJ1, great sounding Les Paul style guitar. It's got some Martin A. Smith pickups in it. And what I'm going to do is I'll start with the middle position with the volumes both at about 7. And then that kind of gives me a cool, you know, not super saturated, just enough gain through the AX8. I'm using the Atomica model. And then in the DAW, I've added like a stereo panning delay with the Soundtoys little Echo Boy, which I love, probably my favorite delay plugin ever. So this is a guitar sound at the moment, which you're just hearing through the monitors. I don't have this recorded direct, so it's going to sound a bit crappy. So that's the tone at the moment. Let's just have a rip over the solo section. I didn't hit record there. A couple of things there. You can hear I was just sort of going for the melodic thing at the start. Bunch of rakes, and I'm really targeting the minor third. So in this case, bending from the second interval up to the minor third. So this would be the note F sharp, bending it up to G. And really focusing on those notes there around the root. So E, D, F sharp, and G. That's a sort of little melodic unit that I like, and I'm playing it on the E string. Or I should say the D string, because I'm tuned down a whole step, and also on the second string. There was one little moment in that solo where I didn't mean to do it, but right at the end, I think where it goes, I hit the seventh, the natural seventh from the harmonic minor scale, so that sort of created like a 5 chord that's a dominant 7, which is pretty cool. In this case, that 5 chord would be a B7, so I'm hitting G sharp. No, D sharp. Is that right? Yeah, D sharp. Again, I'm confusing myself and confusing everybody else by not playing in standard tuning, but I'm pretty happy with the way that's sounding, so I'm actually going to press record this time. And yeah, I know I said like Petrucci kind of thing, but really Petrucci's melodic playing is just Dave Gilmour, so I'm going for this sort of Floyd vibe with this song, and I like it so far, so it's a really lovely little chord progression to play over. Let's try it again. Alright, so I'm going to stop there. That ending section, I do want to do some swells and stuff like that, but listening back, I didn't mind the start at all. The thing that I think I'm going to develop a bit more is that whole section there. I like that neck pickup tone I've got going at the moment with the P90s, so I'll develop that a little bit, and then, you know, my end goal is to sort of end up around these notes here. So I'm thinking the sort of contour of the solo will start around here. And then before that intense section. That'll be the midsection around here. So basically it's like pentatonic shape number 1, sort of moving up to number 3 and 4, and then back up to the octave shape a little higher up. I'll do another playlist and we can take that again. So let's see how we go this time. And I kind of like the improvised feel with a lot of this stuff, so I'm just kind of going to play it until I get a whole take that I really like. I'm going to start this one again. I'm getting the vibe a little bit more with this take. Let's try the same thing. I like that main take a lot better. I'm going to work on the swells in a separate take, I think, so I'll save that as a playlist, and I'll do one more. I think the vibe really is that neck pickup tone, and then having, saw in that take, I didn't have the bridge pickup on, so when I switched to it, it all cut out. So I'm better prepared this time. So that'll be my... And you can see there I'm sort of milking that shape where I'm bending from A up to B. That's the minor third there, bending the fourth up to the fifth, and then I've got the second here, and the root. So I've got all my tasty chord tones from an E minor 9 chord there. That's sort of my thinking there. Alright, I'll set the tone up. And I'm going to try and leave space for the delay as well. Again, that's a real kind of Gilmore thing, playing the... Try to be as restrained as possible there. I do get carried away and play lots of notes on these kind of things, so yeah, I think this should be the take. No, I wasn't feeling that one. I'm going to start again. And we'll try one more. The start of that wasn't too bad. And I clammed it there, so I'm going to keep going with this. Hopefully I'll actually get a solo that records and is worthy. Let's do another one. This is just kind of how this goes. There are a couple of cool notes in there. I wasn't entirely satisfied with that one. I think I got to sort of ramp the intensity up a little bit earlier, so I'll work on that for this take. The bridge pickup volume rolled up. That one was good. I'll try to keep with the same delay. That one wasn't too bad. I was pretty happy with that one overall, so I will probably keep that as my main one, and I might do an alternative take and send it through. So I'm not monitoring this with any of the time-based effects on either, so that when the engineer goes to mix it, if he wants delay, he can have it on there. If he doesn't want delay, it's totally up to him. So the delay is there just so I can get a vibe. And yeah, I'm gonna go do a few more takes and hopefully suck a little less overall, and hopefully that gives you guys a little bit of an insight into how I would go sort of doing a session solo kind of thing. And if you enjoyed this, please hit subscribe. If this video hasn't put you off wanting to hire me to do a session, you can get in touch via the email address in the link. And yeah, thank you to Deviser Guitars, Fractal Audio as well for their great gear, and I'll see you guys very soon.